But let's jump into it.
Yeah.
Aaron and Tia?
What?
Excusez-moi?
So,
I've never been more confused about a hookup in my life.
As David and I, or as David mentioned earlier, we went on a nice little run this morning. And, I said to him, I was a little upset about how everyone was, early on in the episode was ganging up on Aaron about the whole Ivan thing. And I was like, oh, like I'm Team Aaron. He goes, whew, you keep that same energy, David, pretty much said to me.
Man.
And what the hell was that?
What the flipping heck is going
on,
dude?
That, Aaron?
They hooked up in the hotel.
Well, okay. Here, I think a huge part of it. I was trying to make sense of it. So where did this come from? I honestly think they got prom fever because the way that they were making, I think they were drunk. First of all, I think they were drunk. Second of all, I think that they were just in that sort of prom mentality. Like they were all over each other. They looked like a couple of 15-year-olds. Tia had her leg.
It looked like high school dance mentality.
Very much so. Like it took me back to just like, well, first of all, also like the weird dynamic to me was like she was just with James last week. Like that's Aaron's boy, right? So I'm confused as to where that partnership came from. But to me, honestly, I don't mean this in a very suspect way, but a little bit of a dick move for Aaron to move in on Tia when she's very clearly in a very emotionally vulnerable position, right? She's feeling very lonely. She's feeling isolated. And that's when you go for her. She's been around for a while, dude. But at the same time, Chelsea being mad, like I get it's your prom, but I think people are starting to forget. That's paradise, baby. That's paradise. What are we talking about? Like, I think everyone is kind of coupled. Like, Natasha's being like, oh, how is Ed doing this? Oh, come on now. He went on one date, got one rose. Like, if we go back a couple seasons of paradise, like, this is the norm.
Well, that's exactly. Yeah, I think this season we've kind of grown accustomed to these somewhat strong or pretty strong pairings kind of all the way through where we don't see a lot of this. And when it does happen, it becomes like the drama of the season up to that point, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you look back at past seasons, that's what paradise is. That's like every week on Paradise typically, and you have your one or your two couples that are pretty strong the whole way through. This season's a little different. It's just a little backwards in that sense, right?
And that's the vibe everyone's getting. Like, you know what I mean? When you're looking around, people are coupled up. You don't want to be that odd one out. You don't want to be slow dancing to the show's theme song all by yourself, right? So